Yo, what's going on, everybody? It's the Kitty G, and I'm back again with another video, and you already know what it is. It's a late night stream. I'm kind of bored. I didn't know what to do, so you know what? I thought might as well come talk to the people and do a quick video talking about some of the stuff that happened during the window, some of the stuff that's going on right now with our center back situation, with some of the injuries that we have. We got some situations and some news that we heard about SHKODRAN Mustafi and some other stuff. And you know what? We're going to go through all that news. Rio Ferdinand's talking some shit about Arsenal. You know what? We're going to get into all that. But before we do, I want you guys to smash that like button. Put your comments in the comment section. If you haven't already done it, subscribe. But let me just cue that intro. Bang. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You already know. Anyways, go check out my content, guys. If you haven't already subscribed, subscribe. And if you guys want to check me out on Twitter, you can check me out at the KDG, and you already know. Anyways, let's get into it. So there's a lot of stuff that's been going on, and it's been going crazy all over the internet. So first thing I want to talk about is this whole situation with Mustafi's new contract. Like, I don't get what this club is doing, trying to give SHKODRAN Mustafi a new contract. Like, does that make any sense, ladies and gentlemen? I don't think so. Personally, I don't get where it came from. It came completely out the blue. This cannot be real. This has to be a joke. I absolutely cannot believe what I'm seeing. So if you guys see these, if you guys haven't already seen, apparently the club has made SHKODRAN Mustafi has made a decision. He's actually rejected Arsenal's bid to sign a new deal, and it's coming from all over. All the news reports are saying it. So Mustafi himself has turned down the bid. This is absolutely ridiculous. Like, it's just unfathomable. Some of the stuff that we're hearing coming out of this club, it's just unfathomable what we are hearing coming out of this club. Like, SHKODRAN Mustafi is now turning down contracts at the Emirates. Like, first of all, why are you even offering him a contract? And second of all, how dare he have the audacity to even, like, oh my God, Edu, what are you doing, Edu? What are you doing? I have absolutely no idea what this guy is doing. I have no idea. Now, there's been a lot of reports. There's been a lot of reports and a lot of stuff going on, and it just makes no sense what's been going on these days. Like, it just makes no sense what's been going on these days. Like, why are we offering SHKODRAN Mustafi a new deal? Why is there rumors that Edu and Arteta are having beefs over transfers? Why is there all these different things? It's just, to me, I feel like a lot of this stuff is just fake news, and we can't believe half of the stuff that we see on the newspaper anymore, because a lot of these people lost a lot of credibility in my books. I don't know what you guys think, but a lot of these major sources have lost a lot of credibility in my books. And you know what? I actually think when it comes down to it nowadays, you got people on Twitter who I trust more than I trust the actual newspaper companies. Like AFC Bell and these kind of guys, I would trust them more than I trust these newspaper people that just want clicks. They just constantly want clicks, clicks, clicks. That's all they care about. Everything for them is about clicks. And you know what? The Arsenal midfield has been an absolute joke. We haven't been able to create anything from the midfield. We've had so many different issues throughout the team. And then the Ozil situation, oh my God, the Ozil situation. That situation is just absolutely horrendous in itself. We can't really even get into that. It's just not normal what's going on with Mesut Ozil. It's just not normal. Yo, we got some guy from Pakistan. Big up to you. We got LFC Sunny in the house. Yes, bro. I seen you tweet it out already. The other people in the chat right now, if you guys can say what up to people, and if you haven't already done it, go share it. Now, let's get into this. SHKODRAN Mustafi. Where did I first see this report, right? I seen it on Twitter, and I just want to show you guys. This is unbelievable. Now, nowadays, if you want to see something, you got to go on Twitter to see it. But apparently, Mustafi actually had been offered a new contract, and I think they did it to protect the asset. But It does not make sense. It just does not make sense. It does not make sense. It does not make any sense at all. Okay? Now, have you seen Troy Deeney, top Premier League striker, is currently... He did not even mention Aubameyang. You know what? We'll get into that. We'll get into that, mate. We'll get into that. Now, this is what I wanted to show you guys, right? So here's the original article that we've seen. It came from Football London, right? SHKODRAN Mustafi makes a contract decision and Saliba waits for his chance. Now, we'll get into both of them. So the situation at Arsenal currently, SHKODRAN Mustafi has reportedly rejected a contract extension in the summer, informing the club he plans on leaving at the end of the season. Now, one, why are we offering him a new contract? Two, good for him that he rejected it. Good for him. You know why? If I was him, I would want to progress my career. I would not want to stay at the Emirates. I would not want to stay at Arsenal when he's not progressing, when he's not doing nothing. It's absolutely shambolic what he's doing at the Emirates. He has not played well for us in a long, long time. I have not seen him perform well for us in a long, long time. And you know what? He just constantly is Mustafi. Mustafi is Mustafi. And Gabriel was trying to tell Mustafi to fill that space and do well. But you know what? Mustafi, man. Mustafi. Oh, what's happened here? Sorry, ladies and gentlemen. Now, SHKODRAN Mustafi, the whole situation with this guy is an absolute joke. And I don't even want to lay into him too much. We know what he is. Mustafi is what he is. We can't blame him for the loss. At the end of the day, Indiana, you're right. We cannot blame him for the loss. As a team, we did not finish our chances. There's plenty of blame to go around with Lacazette not finishing his chance, Aubameyang not finishing his chance, the midfield not creating enough chances, the defenders not being switched on enough to understand it's a tight game. You have to keep it tight and compact. You can't let them get a chance. And you know what? Arteta did get some blame too. But at the same time, it was not a game where we got battered at home. It was a smash and grab. They beat us 1-0. At the end of the day, we still had an opportunity to win that game. And it was for us for the taking, and we let ourselves down. So we cannot get too hung up on that one game. We can move past that game and we can look forward. But at the same time, let's just go on the Arsenal website. Let's just go on Arsenal.com and show you guys what Arteta is saying. If you guys haven't already seen my earlier video, Arteta was saying that he thinks that goal being disallowed by the referee was a little bit harsh. He found it to be a little bit harsh, and he thought that was a little bit of a harsh decision. And I'm not exactly sure what you guys thought, if you guys thought it was a harsh decision, but that's clearly what Arteta thought it was. And he thought it was a harsh decision, and he didn't think that it was fair that happened. Now, to be honest, we can't really say what's fair and what's not fair. All we can say is looking back at this situation, what do you guys think? Do you guys think it was a goal? Do you think it was a goal? Do you think Lacazette's goal should have been disallowed? I want to know what you guys thought, because Arteta in his interviews specifically said, this is what he said. Yes, it's harsh because Granit is behind Schmeichel, right? He's not in front of him, and so he has nothing to do with the ball. Anyways, the decision happened. They cannot change it, and otherwise, he thought the referees should have looked at it again. But obviously, it's a massive impact on the game. It sounds like it is an excuse, and you know what? We don't want to hear excuses from our manager right now. That is not one of the things that we heard, but there was a lot of stuff that he spoke about in the press conference after the game. If you guys want to see, he spoke about many different things. So one of those things he spoke about the performance. He mentioned how he felt like at times during the performance that we were on top of them and we didn't capitalize on our chances that we created. And all in all, it's very harsh that we did not get that credit for that goal that we created and the chances that we did. But hey, he spoke about the disallowed goal. He spoke about how he was frustrated at moments. He was frustrated about the big margin within the situation, and it's just frustrating at times. Also, he spoke about how the lack of aggressiveness in the second half and how we were lethargic and we just were not doing well. He also spoke about Hector Bellerin. Ooh, I haven't seen the action, he said, but I've seen from the bench reaction at Leicester, but I haven't seen the action. That was when Hector Bellerin almost got sent off. If you guys remember, Hector Bellerin almost got sent off at a certain point, and it was very interesting that he did not get sent off. I was quite happy he didn't get sent off. Let's see what's going on in the comment section. We got Sahal in the comment section. What up, bro? We got Indiana. What are you saying? You can't blame him for the shit before. He did what? Yeah, I'm not blaming nobody, man. I'm not blaming nobody. At this point, these things happen, and we just have to take it on the chin. You know what I mean? Now, what's up, Miguel? You calm down? Question mark. Yeah, I have calmed down a little bit. I'm trying to look at it from a non-biased point of view, but of course, I have my biases, right? The sooner the fan base realize that the team they support are, the sooner they will progress from the negativity and the masses killing the club. You know what? The negativity is a problem. That's why I try to be a little bit more positive. But the thing is, people misconstrued my positivity as being overly positive. But at the end of the day, if I'm not going to be positive and everyone's going to be negative, what's the point? You're no longer being a supporter. You're just being a critic. That's my thing. Well, it was a goal, says Skills. Skills thinks it was a goal. Yes, disallowed. It's the rule. Yeah, it's the rule. But if I show you guys I've shown people the images already before, and they thought it wasn't. 1000% was a goal. Leicester's whole game plan goes out the window, and they got no longer but put 10 men behind the ball. That is true. That is true. What do you call it? In the past, I have not even discussed what? In the past, not even discussed, but now it's not a goal. Look, Indiana, I'm just putting out what people are saying. I'm not saying it's not a goal. I personally think it. This is what I personally think, okay? I think that it was not a goal, but the fact that it was ruled out, if it was ruled a goal, I don't think they would have disallowed it. VAR would not have disallowed it. But the fact that on the field they ruled it as a goal, they couldn't come back and then change it. That was what happened. And we can't complain that VAR didn't do it. We can't complain. We had enough chances to win the game. I'm not complaining about that. I'm moving past it. I'm just showing and regurgitating the news and what's out there, right? What salam? Salam. Yes, sir. Winter Surfer's in the house. Hope you recovered, bro. Yes, I have. Yes, I have. And you know what? I was on the terrace earlier in the comments, and I was giving it to some Liverpool fans because everything that we're talking about with the injuries is starting to happen. They're now down to 2 academy defenders in Gomez and their next guy. What's good, Colin? What's good? Yes, sir. You looking forward to Manchester United's penalties on Sunday? You might as well predict a 2-1 win to Arsenal because Manchester United is guaranteed a win, a penalty, right? Kevin De Bruyne, best player in the world. You know what? There's still a guy named Lionel Messi. There's still a guy named Kylian Mbappe. There's still a guy named Neymar, Cristiano Ronaldo. We can't say Kevin De Bruyne is number 1 player in the world right now yet. Not yet, right? Okay, you guys are getting me a little bit off track, but I love it. What's up? What's up, man? That was a goal. Player did not even touch it. Yeah, I understand. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you guys the image of the goal, right? You guys tell me if you thought it was a goal or not, okay? I'm going to pull up the image, and you tell me if you thought it was a goal from the images that I'm going to show you, okay? From this image that I have in front of me, I thought this was the image that people were looking at a lot and saying, is this a goal or not? When people look at the image, this is the image they look at. This is the image that most people were looking at when they were saying this should have been disallowed. Now, from this image, you can clearly see that Granit Xhaka is nowhere near Peter Schmeichel when he's trying to save the ball. How he's impeding him when he's that far away from him, that is understandable why some of the fans would be upset. Now, I myself, I'm not going to use that as an excuse. I'm going to move past it. But of course, this is what a lot of the fans are saying. This is what a lot of the fans are upset about. This is the reason why they're upset that the goal did not stand. They felt like if you look at this image, You can clearly see that Granit Xhaka is nowhere near what's his name? Schmeichel. And this is why they're saying the disallowed goal should have stood. And a lot of people were mad about this situation, right? Now, this image here clearly shows you that Granit Xhaka is at least 2 feet away from him. Now, if I speak, I'm just going to dig myself more into a hole. So I'm just going to move past this. We're going to try to move past this. And you know what? Things happen in games that we cannot control. So we have to move past it as a fan base, and we can't be crying about spilt milk constantly. So we're just going to try to move past it, go back to the performance. The performance itself was disgusting. The performance was not great. We had chances. We did not capitalize. We were frustrated at moments. We were not aggressive in the second half. We did not do what we had to do. Now, this is the moment that I wanted to show you guys. He spoke about Alexandre Lacazette. He specifically spoke about Alexandre Lacazette. He spoke about Lacazette, and he said, on Lacazette, it's a lack of confidence. Obviously, strikers need goals. He started tonight. He looked sharp, and he was really aggressive and in his play. Yeah, he had opportunities to score that goal, and he didn't. I just support them and give them the confidence and help them. They tried to create more. You know what? Arteta is just backing his player there, and that's big for him. And then he also spoke about David Luiz. Now, I don't know. I've lost a few players this week, but David Luiz had a muscular problem, and he'll be assessed in the next 48 hours. So it looks like it's not as serious as we thought it would be. So it's not as serious of an injury, and it's not something that we really need to stress out about. Now let's go look at some of these comments. You got Sonny saying, I went on the terrace earlier and I said, I think we're going to batter City next week. We're going to get battered by City next week, unfortunately. Wow. Yeah, it was a goal. I need that goal for my 200 pounds, 200 euros, both teams to score on my ACA. Okay, and then what's up, Military Gunner? This is my guy. He's gonna be on the channel sooner than later. He's gonna be doing some content with me. Big up to him. It was a goal. There are logical reasons that prove that. I get that 100%. Crowded keeper was a tactic before the Premier League lower divisions. 100%. Now, anyone telling me is a new age fanboy. Yeah, Sonny. Just injuries, and yeah, they're talking about that Liverpool game. Now let's move past this, guys. Let's move past that game, right? Now there was something that got me. There was something that got me kind of interested in talking about. Did you guys see what Rio Ferdinand said about Arsenal? Rio Ferdinand spoke about Arsenal recently, and he was talking about Arsenal and he was talking a little bit of smack. He was talking a little bit of smack, and you know, when Rio Ferdinand speaks, a lot of people just open their eyes and like actually listen to what he says. So might as well get it on the screen and show you guys what he was talking about. So if you look here, Rio Ferdinand, reality hits home, sends a warning to Arsenal ahead of the battle against Manchester United. Right, Rio Ferdinand has warned Arsenal that they must halt their losing run in the Premier League when they take on Manchester United, saying they need to implement a mental shift. Basically saying they don't have the mental capabilities, and they were not out there to be soldiers. They were not fighting. They were not showing the capabilities to do it. They were having a party since Partey signed. Reality hit home now. Former center back for Manchester United states, right? He also says they've got to respond, right? I've said it about Everton. It's going to say it about Arsenal now. They've got to respond to these situations. There's too many times in the past Arsenal have not responded to these situations, and they've gone on runs of losing games. They've drifted away, and they cannot have this happen this season. I think Arteta is a breath of fresh air at the Emirates, and this is now a big time for these boys. Listen, I've lost, and that is, we move on. That is it, and we move on, right? And then he had more to say, right? Rio Ferdinand was praising Vardy, of course. He's saying, wow, like this guy is on fire. They don't know what to do. And you're just talking about all the different things about the game. Oh my gosh, we're not going to beat Leicester today. Their goal scorer is on the bench. This is that. He's talking about how he's rubbing it in, basically saying all the stuff that we were saying before the game, how we thought we were going to win this game. And you know what? Leicester under Brendan Rodgers play fantastic, right? They perform really well. And you're just talking about all the different things that you can see about these guys. And you know what? It's just one of those things once again. And having a Premier League legend in Rio talking about your team and just giving you guys some truths. As Arsenal fans, we expected to win that game. All those things that we were saying about why we're going to win the game, this, that. And then at the end of the day, same thing happens again. Same thing happens again. And you know what? It's just sad to see. It constantly happens. It just constantly happens. We let ourselves down. We let ourselves down again. And he also brought up the fact that there's a certain Brazilian/Turkish midfielder who could have helped our creativity. But yeah. Now, Troy Deeney, former Premier League star center back for Watford. I'm not sure if he still plays for Watford, but he recently selected his top 5 strikers in the Premier League, right? Now, let's show you guys what his top 5 strikers in the Premier League are. So, number 1, he has Roberto Firmino, okay? I mean, number 5, he has Roberto Firmino. Number 4, he has Raul Jimenez, okay? Number 3, he picked Jamie Vardy. Now, this is Troy Deeney's top 5 strikers in the Premier League. So far, he's picked Roberto Firmino, Raul Jimenez, and Jamie Vardy. And what has he done? He has somehow gone all the way by picking his whole Premier League things, and he has not picked Aubameyang. Like this guy. Where is it? Here it is. Did you see? He picked his whole Premier League top 5 strikers, and he ended up going Kane, Aguero, Vardy, Raul Jimenez, and Roberto Firmino. And there is no sight of Aubameyang in that. He's saying these are the top 5 strikers in the Premier League, and there's no sight of Aubameyang in there. Like, is this guy joking? He's a joke, man. He's actually having a laugh. Like, how are you picking your top 5 strikers in the Premier League and you're not picking Troy Deeney? You seriously? Are you serious? You're serious, right? Nah, this guy's a clown. He's absolutely joking. He's not serious. Troy Deeney is absolutely joking around. He's not serious when he picks these teams. He's not serious when he does this. He's doing this for a reaction. And you know what? I'm giving it to him. And this is good job. Good job. You got a reaction out of a fan base. They despise you. You got relegated for a reason. Let that rub in your wound still. But yeah, enough about Troy Deeney. Now there is this story that we have to talk about. There is a couple stories that we have to talk about, right? Now, before we get to the main stories, I want to talk about this story here, right? You might be you guys don't know, but if you haven't seen him lately, there's a little situation with a guy named Cedric Soares, who's at the club, and this is kind of a weird one. This is a very weird situation. This whole transfer now looks very shady. It's a very shady deal. So he came from Southampton on a £5 loan, £5 million loan, and now this deal just makes no sense anymore. Why on earth would we bring him in the summer, give him a 4-year deal before he even kicked the ball, right? The Portuguese right back has made 2 appearances in the league under Mikel Arteta, right? He's currently 29 years old, struggling at the moment to stay fit and to get back into the team. To me, it absolutely makes no sense why we got him. Did we get him just to play Carabao Cup games? Why did we bring him in? Did it have something to do with the Raul pocket changing, making some pocket change out of it? This deal is starting to look like a strange deal. And I'm starting to wonder why we did this. Why? Can someone explain to me why Cedric Suarez is at the club? You have Ainsley Maitland-Niles. You have Osei Tutu, who could probably do the same thing as him. Now, what is really going on with this Cedric Suarez situation? Can someone explain that to me? Because I have absolutely no idea what he's doing at the club. Maybe he can do some good performances. Maybe he can give us a couple good performances here and there. But I have absolutely no idea what this kid is doing at the club. What is he doing? Can someone explain to me in the comment section what shady deal did Edu and Raul Sanelli do to get him at the club? Like, I am so shocked. And why did they give him a 4-year deal? I still don't know. It makes no sense. Now, there is some comments in the comment section. Aubameyang over to Firmino is unformidable. Okay. Three goals in 30 games. Firmino. Arteta's masterclass incoming, says thing. Okay, so now you guys are getting into a fight over Wan-Bissaka. You guys are talking about Wan-Bissaka has more goals in Premier League in less minutes than Aubameyang this season. Yeah, so what? That doesn't make me react. That does not get me. Okay. Miguel, don't take Troy Deeney's word for gospel. This is only his opinion. We all know Aubameyang is one of the best in the league. Yeah, we definitely do. We definitely do. And now they're getting into an argument over this. Now, how shady? What do you guys think? How shady is this whole situation with Cedric? Because it makes no sense. He's had injury problems and gets a 4-year deal. It makes no sense at all. Not only that, somebody was probably getting pocket change from that. Somebody got money out of this whole situation. Definitely. Somebody definitely got some money out of this whole situation, because this situation is quite weird if you ask me, right? Now, let's go to a positive note. Actually, I don't even know how positive this is, but let's try to change directions, right? Mikel Arteta has an answer. Mikel Arteta has an answer for his center back crisis going into the next game. Will he use him? We don't know, but he does have an answer. And that answer is none other than William Saliba. Could this be William Saliba's opportunity to shine? Could William Saliba get some game time? Is William Saliba going to start? I don't think so. But William Saliba could possibly be on the bench. Could he? Is he even eligible to be on the bench? Would he count as one of those academy players that could come up during the Premier League? This is that moment where we need to think to ourselves, will Mikel Arteta put the young kid in, and would he put him in the deep end against Manchester United in that trip at Old Trafford? These are the questions I have to ask, because I don't know. I don't think he's going to do it, but I definitely think he might look into it, right? He definitely might have to look into it. He might have to start thinking about putting him in, and this whole situation with the crisis and the injuries could definitely be Saliba's chance to shine. It could be Saliba's opportunity to shine. Now, here's the article that we have here. The article says from London Football London, right? Arteta already has an answer to his crisis, right? Literally got the article, got the header of the article and put it right in the video. Now, what I'll tell you is, will Arteta be brave enough to play the young kid? Will he be brave enough to throw Saliba right into the deep end against Manchester United? These are the questions we have to ask, because he's not even chosen to play him in the Europa League. What makes you think he's going to play him? And also, there is the situation with Pablo Mari has not yet fully trained. Callum Chambers has lacked match sharpness. Will he get game time? Socrates is not even registered in the Premier League, so he's not going to get game time. Mustafi had a poor performance just the other day, so Mustafi's not going to play, right? So what's going to happen with that situation? These are the questions we have to ask as fans. We generally have to ask these questions. Will he use Saliba? We don't know. But yeah, let me just get to some more of your comments. So Colin and these guys are arguing about something. KG's in the house. KG saying, why is it strange? He's a backup right back and a backup. No, the reason why it's strange is, one, we paid him for a 4-year contract when he's struggling for fitness, and we signed him on a loan. We could have just let him leave. We did not. We're not protecting an investment. He's not an investment unless we end up finding a way to sell him for some value. I don't see why having a third string right back benefits the club. Did we not think Ainsley Maitland-Niles was worth keeping? Did we generally want to get rid of Ainsley Maitland-Niles? I don't know, but maybe that was it. Maybe we were going to use him as a backup to and get rid of Ainsley or Bellerin this summer. Ideally, I would want to get rid of Bellerin, right? Now, he's talking about Saliba. Give us Saliba. He'll help. We'll use him. Yeah, Liverpool definitely need defenders right now. Liverpool definitely need defenders. Saliba and Gabriel would love to see that. Yeah, that was supposed to be the dream. That was supposed to be the two that work together, right? Hopefully, Saliba, Gabriel, Cavani will run around them. Yeah, Colin loves his Manchester United, right? Now, enough about Saliba, right? There is before we get to the main event, right? What is your reaction, Arsenal fans? What is your reaction to the whole Squadron Mustafi situation and everything else? What was your reaction to that? What was your reaction to Squadron Mustafi being told he was going to get a new contract? Now, I know what my reaction was. My reaction was, what on earth are we doing giving this guy off? Even what are we even thinking trying to give him a contract opportunity? Like, what are we smoking? Like, Edu, what are you doing? Arsenal fans reacted very negatively to find out that we were going to offer him a new contract. We went nuts. We absolutely lost the plot. We got Troops going crazy. Troops was going nuts. Troops was absolutely saying, get me out of this country. I want to go straight back to America. I want to go to America right now. I don't want to be here. Get me out of here. I'm pissed. Everyone's getting pissed, right? Now, HITC, they love Arsenal fans. You know why? Because we give them content all day. Now let's just look at some of these. Let's just look at some of these tweets. Okay? Look at some of these tweets. So these are some of the reactions to Mustafi. This guy right here, he says, shocking, we offered Mustafi a new contract. What on earth would we do that now? Unless it's on a considerably lower wages. Yeah, that makes sense. He's basically saying, why would we offer that unless he's on lower wages? That's what a lot of us thought. What else is it? Okay, so here we go. So then the next one is, thank you, Mustafi, for rejecting it. Our board are an absolute joke. These are hilarious. Let's go. You can't be serious. Why are we offering an extension? Yeah, that's true. Why are we offering an extension? I don't know. Got another Canadian here. Okay. Our board are offering Mustafi a contract extension. Are they mad? They definitely have to be mad. They definitely have to be smoking something, man. You got Hakeem Zed Partey saying, we are this bad that we have been rejected by Mustafi. If you don't laugh, you're going to cry. I'm telling you. If you don't laugh, you're going to cry. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. We're this bad that the man is rejecting us. Oh, my God. The banter has gone to another level when Squadron Mustafi is rejecting your club. Okay, then this one. If this is true, I have a question. I have questions for Edu. You know what? That was my first reaction. My first reaction was, I was disappointed in Edu. What the hell were you thinking, Edu? Now this just gets further and further. What more could? Oh my God, is that Claude? Claude and the Banters have a Spanish. Oh my God, that's funny. Okay, yeah. Nah, That's enough reactions for now. Guys, how messed up is this? How messed up is that? We're offering SHKODRAN Mustafi a contract, and the man is not even taking it. He's turning us down. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Now, I thought I was done with Houssem, but we're still gonna hear about Houssem stuff now. Okay. KG. True. Now Ainsley Maitland-Niles plays as frequently as on the left. That is true. He does play on the left, but he plays as the left wing back most of the time. Arsenal banter after David Luiz's performance against City. He was given a new deal. Mustafi, poor performance, given a new deal. Absolutely joke, bro. Absolute joke. Yo, what's good, Red Devil United TV? Do you think we'll beat United on the weekend? I don't know. At this point, I have to see what happens with United against Leipzig. If they go into that Leipzig game and they get absolutely smoked, it will give me more confidence. But if they go into that Leipzig game and they destroy Leipzig, you gotta favor United at home against Arsenal. Don't forget, we were expected to beat City. We were expected to beat Leicester. We're expected to, in my books, I was expecting us to beat Liverpool in the Community Shield, but not in the league. I think we can beat any team on any given day, but it depends how our team performs. We don't perform against big teams away from home. And Manchester United at Old Trafford, when was the last time we beat them? When was the last time we beat Manchester United at Old Trafford? Can you tell me that? I would love to know. Now, oh man. Okay, seen this before. Kolasinac offered, but no one wanted him. Now Mustafi, so both of them might stay at the club, and the club could save money. Really? I'm sorry, mate. I'm sorry. I don't think it makes any sense, Hussein, that Arsenal, one, offer Kolasinac or Mustafi or Socrates or David Luiz or Ozil, any of those guys, a new contract. You have to get rid of all of them and replace them. Replace them with quality, or even if you don't replace them with quality, replace them with up-and-coming prospects that can bring us something in the future. You need to get rid of all these old dead wood. And you know what? This guy just said it perfectly. I'm sorry, but you need to get rid of all your dead wood like Mustafi, Kolasinac. Don't get on El Neni. El Neni's actually good. He's not shit. People just like to talk shit about El Neni. El Neni's actually a decent player. Don't make fun of El Neni. Put respect on El Neni's name. Put respect on El Neni's name. You know what? He's not amazing, but he's what we got. So you know what? I'm gonna respect El Neni's name, but don't put him in the same bracket as Kolasinac. Kolasinac has the touch of a baby elephant. He can't hold up with the ball if his life depended on it. And he plays on the left wing and he loses the ball. Majority of the time, he either kicks the ball out of bounds or right to a defender trying to touch it. It's just disgusting. Now, let's see what else is going on in the Arsenal news world. There's a lot of stuff that I heard. Now, there is something that I heard that got me a little bit frustrated. If you guys haven't already seen it, there's been a little situation that got me a little bit frustrated. And when I seen this, I kind of went like, what's going on? What are we doing? Why are we doing this? Why haven't we backed Arteta? Why haven't we given him what he wanted? Now, Ian Wright has not given up hope. Ian Wright has not given up hope on Arsenal still getting Houssem, right? Ian Wright saying we could possibly still get Houssem, and he's thinking that the club might actually do something. Kesh, I knew something like this would get you triggered. You're watching in the background? He's saying, Kesh saying, El Neni isn't top 6 quality. El Neni might not be top 6 quality, but he's what? He's our fourth best midfielder right now. That's what our fourth best midfielder is. It's El Neni. To me, personally, I would want to see Smith Rowe getting more game time. I'd want to see Smith Rowe getting more shine. and more opportunities because I think he would offer us more. Oh no, I meant Arsenal doing to save money to get rid of them. Yeah, definitely. We need to get rid of them. We need to get rid of them. We're not giving them no contract extensions. Um, Elneny is bad. You refer to him as what we got. Yeah, you shouldn't even be at Arsenal. Says him. And then he isn't someone who's going to win you a title, Miguel. No, he's not. And then he's not going to win us a title. I already know that. It's sad. It's what? It's this Arsenal standard right now. Now 10 years away from a title. Yo, mate, we're more than 10 years away from a title. I think Manchester United are now creeping up to almost 8 years. So it's like a lot of us teams, we're in a similar situation. It's just Manchester United have more money to throw at the problem, which makes you guys look like you have a better team than us. If we had the money to throw at these problems, I don't even know if I would trust the guys in charge to make the right decisions. That's another problem. The guys in charge don't make the right decisions. They just don't. They just constantly make the wrong decisions. Now, this is the decision that made me upset. The Houssem decision, we needed a guy like Houssem. We still need a guy like Houssem. And you know what? Houssem is probably performing really good right now about over there in Lille. No, why did I say Lille? I mean, where is he again? He's at Lyon. So far in the league, let's see how he's performing. Houssem in 6 games, he's got 2 goals and an assist. That's already more goal contributions than our whole midfield. Oh my God. This is absolutely amazing. This is absolutely a joke. Look at this. This guy has already done more. Oh my God. This guy's done more in the 6 games for his club than our whole midfield has done so far. Has any of our midfielders scored a goal this season? I don't think so. No, they haven't, right? Has anyone from our midfield scored this season? Xhaka hasn't scored. Soares hasn't scored. Obviously, Partey hasn't scored. Elneny hasn't scored. So, have they assisted? You have Soares assisted. Yeah. Soares has assist. Elneny has a pre-assist. You know how hard it is to see goal contributions from the midfield, and it's just sad. So this is another reason why we needed a Houssem. And you know what? The next thing that I'm about to show you guys is going to get you guys a little upset. Arsenal fans are going to get a little upset now. I seen a rumor today that Houssem situation at Arsenal. Ooh, this is there's a little bit of a divide at the club. Or can we believe any of this? Can we believe these topics? When we see these kind of topics, can we believe them? They're saying that Edu and Mikel Arteta disagreed over Arsenal and Thomas Partey or Houssem question. They apparently there was a little bit of a disagreement and a tick for tat between who we should sign. Apparently, Mikel Arteta would have actually preferred to have signed Houssem, and it was Edu who overruled it. Now we can't have Edu overruling people when we're saying when we're saying Arteta's the manager. We can't have him getting overruled. Okay, now you got my guy here saying, I think it's time to sell Willock and Eddie Nketiah. You know what? I think Kesh would agree with you on that one because he was saying we should get rid of some of the academy players. And you know what? I think it's time to get rid of Reece Nelson and Joe Willock, but I would still give Eddie Nketiah an opportunity as a backup. They have had their chances. Yeah, loads of chances. I agree. What do you call it? If we are going to play Elneny, we might as well trust in our youth and let them grow like Azeez. Azeez is a baller though. Azeez is actually a baller. I rate Azeez. We have some good players in our academy system that we don't give them opportunities. We don't give them opportunities. Cash, most of the English fans are thick and they don't to give youngsters a chance to develop. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Arsenal needed Aouar. If they can't get Aouar, they need to go for the guy at what do you call it, from RB Salzburg. What's his name? Sabitzer. Or no. Is that what's his name again? I forget how to pronounce his name. But then you got Kesh. The problem is with playing youth is they don't have the quality ahead of them. United had that for years until Rashford clicked in. Percentage of creating leaders and winning is small. Yeah, yeah, I agree. He says he agrees with you. Kesh agrees with you. Semantic FC. Why? Why Eddie over? Why Nketiah over Reece? Reece Nelson hasn't had many chances, where Eddie Nketiah and and Willock have. Because I've seen more in the time that Eddie Nketiah has played for us than I've seen from Reece Nelson. Yes, Reece Nelson has not been given enough opportunities, but Reece Nelson's best game for us was that League Cup game where he played against Leicester on that left wing. Is Arteta going to play him more in the left wing? I don't know, because Arteta has been playing him on the right. Play the players in the right positions, and maybe we'll see the best out of them. Yeah, I understand Indiana. Azeez is a very talented, but probably best offer Saka, in my opinion. Yeah, I I don't know anything about him, to be honest. Yeah. So to tell you about Azeez, Azeez is a midfielder. He's I would say he's would you say he's more of a box to box midfielder, or would you say he's a creative midfielder? Because to me, he's more of a box to box midfielder. He's more of a normal like number 8 in today's game. He can do a little bit of everything. He's not defensively the best, but he's a little bit better attacking wise. He offers a lot going forward. At the same time, he can get in and throw in a tackle here and there. But under 23s is a big step up from what do you call it? Under 23 is a big step up. You know what I mean? It's not the same. It's not the same playing under 23s level in comparison to playing what do you call it, the or under 18s, in comparison to getting into the Premier League. Once you get into Premier League, you have to be physically in shape enough to perform. And to show you guys a little bit about this Azeez guy, he just got into the under 23s team. Outputs wise, he does not produce outputs. I'll tell you guys right now. He's not a guy who's going to get you a bunch of goals and assists. This is what his outputs are. Miguel Azeez, in the under 20, in the under 18s, in 12 games in last season, he had 1 goal and 2 assists. In the under 18 in 2018-2019 season, in the under 18s, he had in 8 games he had a total of 4 goal contributions. Now that is not the best comparison. That is not the best to show you how much of a high prospect this guy is. Don't forget, he is a midfielder, right? Now this is the league trophy. He played 2 games, got a goal in the under 21s, and in the under 23s, he didn't play too many games. The last season, in the under 23s, he got a total of 3 games in under 23s last season. I would love to see how many of those are subs coming off the bench, because he is only 18, right? This kid's a baby. Like 2002, he was born. Like, he's a kid. Give him a break, right? But yeah, we do have a lot of young kids coming up. We have a lot of academy players that we could probably trust in the academy system. Like, I would love to see this guy eventually make it as a goalkeeper. But of course, he's 19 years old. It's going to take him probably 6 to 7 years before we ever see him in the first team. Whatever. Don't forget Tyrese. What happened to Tyrese? We haven't seen him since he went on loan. How did he do on loan last year? He went on loan to Lincoln City. He played 7 games, got 1 goal, right? You got Balogun. We keep all talking about Balogun. We love to talk about Balogun. You know what? But but Balogun hasn't been given his opportunity yet in the first team. In the under-18s, he was banging in goals, 25 goals in 2018-19 season. In the under-21s, he didn't play too much in the under-21s because he made the jump straight to the under-23s, where he was then banging in the goals again, getting 10 goals and 4 assists. That was the same season, 2018, where he was in under-18s, where he made his debut in the under-23s. He played even in the international cup games. This guy is a goal-scoring machine, and a lot of people are trying to say, give him an opportunity. And you know what? I understand it, but I feel like it's too early for all these guys. It's just too early for all of them. We just can't throw everyone in the deep end. Like we kept saying, give Zach Medley an opportunity over some of the guys we have. But you know what they've started to do? They've started to loan these players out to the right people. Like when Emil Smith Rowe went out on loan, his loan was successful in my opinion. His loan to Huddersfield was very successful. He got 19 games in the championship. He got loaned out in January, and he almost played every single game ever since he got loaned out. He got four goal contributions, and at that time, I think he got like several man of the matches at Huddersfield. And all the Huddersfield people that spoke about him on Twitter, they were absolutely raving about him. Now, this is the kind of guy that I feel like who can jump into the Arsenal team and make a difference for us. What do you guys think about him? Because I think Emil Smith Rowe, this is his season. If we lack this much creativity, this is a creative midfielder that we can bring into the team. This is a guy we can have some faith in. And we're talking about Azeez, but Emil Smith Rowe is Azeez is senior. Like he's 2 years older than him. At the same time, he's been in the English game. He's played for Arsenal. He's had appearances for Arsenal. He's played in the Europa League 7 times. He's played in the Premier League twice. It's not a baby. He's played for Leipzig 3 times, right? Now, Emil Smith Rowe, this is the guy that I have faith in that can have a breakthrough performance this season. This is the guy that I want to see performing, right? Now, Reece's best game was against Liverpool in the restart. In the Premier League, yeah, I agree. But you also have to remember, no, that was probably his best game. My apologies. Yeah, he is an 8. So, yeah. Ceballos or Ozil? Forget about Ozil, mate. Forget about him. Ozil's finished. Forget about him. He's done. Jack Grealish. Yeah, I get you. You have to watch how he performs in League 1 and League 2 against League 1 and League 2 performances. You're right. I haven't actually seen Azeez play much. What do you call it? How you guys doing Ozil like that could come for his last 20 minutes of the game and created a chance. You know what? They took him out of the team. It was a non-football decision. It's strictly business. Let's keep it real. Let's keep it real. That whole Ozil situation is strictly business. Has nothing to do with football, right? He's better than Eddie. Who's better than Eddie? Emil Smith Rowe. I would have to still see it. I think it's still too early to say Emil Smith Rowe is better than Eddie. Do you think Emil Smith Rowe will play on Thursday? Now we're talking. Hell yeah, he has to play. Emil Smith Rowe has to play. If you're not going to play him against the Irish pub team that we're going to be facing on Thursday, when is he ever going to play? You have to play him on Thursday. It's a must. It's a must. Absolute must. Right? Reece Nelson needs to put in weight. Yeah, agreed. These guys weren't even on the bench versus Rapid Vienna. You know what, Lar? What were we thinking playing our whole first 11 pretty much in that game? Everyone came on. Tierney came on at one point. Bellerin came on. Aubameyang came on. Partey started. David Luiz started. All these no, David Luiz didn't start, did he? No, David Luiz started. It was weird. It was weird. It was just a weird situation. Don't speak Ozil. Who's that? Jesus, if I could get Aouar, at least give Ozil a chance. At least he will give you some creativity. It's not a club. It's not Arteta's decision. It's strictly business. The man lost the money. They're not going to keep him on the pitch. He lost the Premier League money. What he did is actually probably as bad as what the Rockets GM did in the NBA. And the NBA lost a lot of money from that China situation too. Can't even get any worse, can it? That's what I was saying, but people keep telling me it can get worse. Igal, why is Partey paired with Xhaka? He was developed by Simeone and is a selfless pro. And he had Koke, Saul, and Llorente, etc. Now, all of a sudden, he has egotistical Xhaka and Elneny as partners, and Ceballos, who is free, is Wiser? What? Wiser. Yeah, free is wiser. Yeah. You know what? Look at who you just named. He had Koke and Saul and Llorente, who pop up all with goal contributions and creative are a lot more creative than everybody we have in our midfield. Until we get more creative players next to Partey, people are going to start trying to scapegoat him. It's going to come. There's going to be a point in the season where all those negative Arsenal fans are going to find a way to flip on Partey. That ship sailed with Ozil. He's finished at this club. We call it. Do you think Partey is an upgrade to Xhaka? Of course. Is that even a question? Balogun. Am I saying it wrong? Is that why you say? Is that why you? Am I saying it wrong? Okay. Now we've spoken about so we've spoken about the Aouar situation. We've spoken about the center back situation. We've spoken about Mustafi's situation. We've spoken about Ozil enough. We don't need to speak about it. We've spoken about Rio. We've spoken about all those things. There's one final thing that I want to touch on. Right? Now, you guys tell me what you think about this. Tell me what you guys think about this, okay? Now, I'm going to show it to you guys. This is the final topic that I wanted to discuss before we move on. There's a certain player at the club that the fan base has now started to become split. There's a lot of split opinions on this guy. What do we think about Lacazette? Is it time the club, after his horror performance against Leicester, is it time to start thinking about dropping Lacazette? I need to know. What do you guys think? Tell me what you guys think. Is it time to drop Lacazette? Kesh is on. Yo, Kesh, what's good? Add yourself in whenever you're ready.
What's happening?
Yo, mate. Yo, tell me about Lacazette, man.
Boy, just, you know what? It's deflating. That's what it is. It's deflating, considering I spoke about it the end of last season, saying that we have to move on from Lacazette. I don't know if it's just me that see that he's not going to take us to where we need to be. He's got nothing left in the tank. Like, sometimes a player just needs to move on, find a new path of life, innit? Like, I felt that Atletico Madrid probably would have been a great move for him, but for some reason we're just not acting like a big club. If the fans can see it, why can't they see it?
If you've seen earlier in the video, Arteta backed Lacazette and said he had chances. And I don't think it's a confidence thing. I just think he'll do better neast time. Arteta's basically saying he's not going to drop him.
I think Arteta is doing what many managers would do. He's in a position where he's given a set of personnels where they're not exactly on say, for instance, a cheap contract. Like I said, it's on what? Was it 150?
Yeah.
And he's
180.
He's still got what? Was it 2 years left after this, or 1 year?
1 year after this.
1 year after this. So he's gonna have to protect that asset, isn't he?
Yeah,
So,
he can't do what they did with Kepa at Chelsea.
so I get why he's saying that, but it doesn't take a genius to work out if someone's got something or if they ain't got it. And Lacazette just hasn't got it.
Okay.
We're just in a bad position where one we've got owners where they're gonna come and just throw money at it. It's a weird predicament that we're in. A very weird one.
Yeah, it's late, but you know one thing that even at this late time, everyone here is saying smart because they keep mentioning one guy that I've been talking about and we've been all talking about, Martinelli. When Martinelli comes back, is Arteta finally going to open his eyes and start playing him more? Because he didn't play him much before he got injured.
I think the fans are clutching at straws with this Martinelli versus Arteta thing. When Arteta dropped him, he had an injury. Yeah. It was just the club deciding whether or not to let him have his surgery before the season finished or wait until the season's finished for him to do it, which they ended up doing it at the end of the season. This guy wasn't
Is
fit.
there music playing in the background?
Shimon, turn that down, please. Just mute it. Mute it. Yeah, so.
One
What
second.
was I
You're
saying?
saying? Yeah, continue.
Yeah, so, hold on.
Let me block this guy. Yo, Danny, if you want to come on and promote your channel, come on and promote your channel, but don't do it in the comment section. Guys, go check out Danny. Go check out Danny FC, man.
Yeah,
AFC
so as I
TV.
was saying, he was injured, isn't it? That's the reason why he wasn't playing. Was in the lockdown and everything. So the guy's got talent. I don't see any reason as to why he won't get into this team.
You know what? Lacazette has been average, below average. It's just been sad.
There's no doubt about it. We got rid of Giroud. We ended up getting Lacazette in. When Lacazette came in, there was a period where he wasn't performing, which forced our Ants to go and get Aubameyang. Let's face it, if Lacazette was producing where we expected him to produce that season, there's no way Arsenal would have gone and got Aubameyang in January. They would have waited until, say, summer, for instance.
Martinelli scores that chance versus Leicester, the header. Because don't forget, Martinelli's headers are on point.
They're on point.
Like, that guy was banging in goals.
Yeah.
Banging in goals, easy. Like, chances that were a lot tougher. Would you sell Lacazette and buy Zaha? That would bring a lot more balance to our team.
I would sell him, but would it be Zaha that I target? Can't say it would be.
You know, I can't wait to see Benrahma at West Ham. I think he's an absolute baller, and he's better than Zaha, in my opinion. We're going to do the United predictions on another video.
What's Martinelli's best position for us?
I think it's either striker or on the left.
For me, he's got all the ability to be a striker. But apparently his personal preference is to play on the left.
Is it? Like Cristiano?
Yeah.
Because he wants to be a Cristiano, right?
Apparently, yeah. But I think he's got all the ability to play on the left, man. Play in the center, sorry.
Yeah? Oh, man. Martinelli, man, before he got injured, his numbers were ridiculous.
Mate, the guy's got so much belief and self-confidence. Like, he uses class, man. For his age, yeah, he uses class.
And he has a whole Chelsea fan base rattled. They've mentioned that goal every single time on Twitter. Have you noticed that?
The thing is, if you watched him before he moved to Arsenal, you see like his compilation videos and everything, yeah. He does that run so many times. Like, it's not the first he's done it.
Oh, don't forget about the Saka Martinelli link up. Wow. That was okay. So I got his goals here. Martinelli's goals. All right, check this out. if you can see Martinelli's goals, right? He has 3 goals in the Premier League, 3 goals in the Europa League, so that's 6, and he has 4 goals in the League Cup.
League Cup, yeah. He had 10 goals, finished with 10.
He has 10 goals in that short time period. Now let's look at Lacazette. How many do you think? Over or under?
No, I think it was over, but just over. It was literally just over. He caught up in the last stage of the last few games.
Okay, so he has 10 goals in the league, and he has 2 goals in the Europa League. So he has 2 more goals, right?
Yeah.
This man played 14. He played 21. What is that? Then 23 games, right? 23 games to Lacazette's how many? 35 games. So 35 to 22. One man has what? 12 more games than him, right? Or 13 more games than him, but has 2 more goals. And I would say majority of those games he's playing 90 minutes.
See, people don't understand football, yeah. Like, it's coming here. A youngster of that age, yeah, cool. Can take slip, cool. I get that. But a lot of youngsters would have got to that box and would not have finished. I promise you that.
Neymar did it in the Champions League final.
I promise you that. There's a lot of players would have done all that hard work, got to the edge of the box, and either hit it at the keeper or missed the target.
As a Liverpool fan, you've seen Mo
credit
Salah
away
do
from
that.
him. You can't take credit away from Martinelli. And
You've
it's
seen,
not his fault that Kante slipped. At the end of the day, Kante saw Martinelli running at him with pace. That's why he slipped. He didn't just slip for the sake of slipping. He slipped because he feared he was the last man and he had to get it right. He didn't compose himself. That's why he slipped.
Yeah, no,
And
definitely.
Chelsea fans are wound up about that goal, but not actually understanding or going to check his other goals that he scored. He's not a 1-goal wanderer. Like, he has scored quality goals.
Yeah. No, yeah. On a serious note, there's so many different things we could discuss. But from the things that I was mentioning earlier, I'll tell you the topics. You tell me which one you want to touch on. First, the Houssem Aouar. Apparently, Arteta wanted Aouar, and Edu wanted Partey.
But I knew that though. I knew that. I don't understand why all the fans are suddenly just finding out about that. It was obvious that Arteta wanted to sacrifice Partey. Well, I reckon he wanted both, but they told him, they gave him an ultimatum and said, right, that you can only have one. That's why it took so long for us to get Partey, because they was obviously trying to negotiate with Aouar, but realizing, oh, the money's actually going to be more than what you're going to spend for Partey, so we might as well just go and get Partey then. That's why they went for Partey.
Do you think it was a panic buy? Do you think it was a panic buy?
No, I wouldn't say it's a panic buy. I think for me, if I'm sitting in their shoe, I'm thinking what they're trying to do is get Aouar on the cheap and then go and get Partey. But then they've realized we're not going to be able to get both because Leon President wants 80-something, 60-something mil for Aouar anyway.
Yeah, he's on a matting.
So it's not going to happen. And that's why they just said, you know what? We'll walk away from that deal. We'll go get a simpler deal, which is Partey, release clause. There's no way of getting overpriced for that. And we go from there.
Okay.
But they just didn't address what we actually needed. Like, we saw we needed creativity.
Okay. Now, I'm going to change the topic to Arteta has a decision about his centre-back situation going into the Manchester United game and the Europa League game. Does Saliba get a shot?
He's not going to do it. He's not going to do it. And the longer he keeps Saliba out, the more I'm going to start to worry and question his decision-making. Because as what you see with Mustafi is a trial and tested. It's trial and tested, and it's continuous failures that comes from Mustafi. Like, fair enough, I get if you put a young.
Yeah, what's good, bro?
Hey, how's it going, guys?
Right, yeah. So fair enough, I get that you put a youngster in there, he may cost you points. over the course of this duration of the season. But you will reap the rewards of playing that youngster. So you might as well play him, bed him in, and look for the future. What's the point of playing a guy who's not going to be here next season? It doesn't make any sense. It's not adding up. He's not going to be there next season. So why are you playing him?
Yeah. No, it doesn't make sense at all. Now, I just want to move on to the next one. Mustafi.
Wait, hold on.
Yeah.
I think Arteta, right? He wanted both, but the board could only spend on one. That's the issue. The issue is the board up top right there.
Mm-hmm.
They just don't want to spend. They don't want to spend like an elite club anymore.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
No,
That's the issue. They just don't want to spend. Yeah. Can you do, man?
This guy's hilarious. What do you call it? The guys in the comment section saying Tierney's world class.
Even though they don't want to spend, it doesn't take a genius to realize that you spending on Partey is bad for business, because if you don't want to spend it, you're not going to go full out to improve this team and help them to progress. You buying Partey is a poor decision. You're doing it to appease the fans. That's basically what you're doing, because you're not trying to buy Partey and say, okay, we're going to push on from here. We're trying to improve this team to go further. Because you buying Partey now, and wasting that window, you set us back. So now
it's like,
it's another
it's like
year added on now.
Let's give the fans one, and let's make them happy, ha ha ha, and we're okay with it, and they'll be fine. That's pretty much it.
Because if there's no success with Partey in his team over his duration of his contract, then it was a waste of money. If you don't get back into the Champions League while Partey is here, it's a waste of money. It's as plain and simple as that. So I don't understand the thought process behind the scene of how we spend our money. Like, if you're not going to back the team fully, then I'd rather you just not buy Partey and just play youngsters then. I'd rather you just not buy Partey. Don't play the youngsters then and say, you know what, this is what Arsenal is now.
Was Partey a statement signing, or was it a panic buy?
No, I wouldn't say it's a panic buy. It was definitely one of our number one targets. But I'll shut up that.
You guys wanted both, but it just sort of backfired at the end.
You know what it is as well? They failed to get rid of the players that they did not want. That's what I think they was banking on, and it just
the Deadwood. You guys didn't even get rid of any of the Deadwood.
It was a terrible. That's why the fans, even when we done the opening of the season, the preview for the opening of the season, and I was saying I think I gave us a 3 or 5, one of those, yeah. And fans are saying, wow, but we got Partey. One person doesn't make your transfer window great. It doesn't. It was a poor window. It was a mediocre window.
Yeah.
Guys, Ligue 1 is not a problem. Ligue 1 doesn't have no impact on the pitch. AFTV have no impact on the pitch.
You know why I like Ligue 1?
Why?
Because he just wants his team to win. He just doesn't see his club ambitious enough,
Yeah,
and look, I'm a City supporter, right? And I'll be honest with you guys. I started supporting them when the oil money came in. I'll be honest, yeah. But then I knew that they could win. They would spend and just win. So like that makes me happy.
But
and any top teams would want to spend and just
with the League Gunner thing, yeah. Like I sat there today and I deeped it, yeah. These Arsenal fans of his generation ain't got a leg to stand on. They haven't got a leg to stand on. Because I see a lot of people from that generation, say, "Oh, it's the younger generation why Arsenal standards drop," because they don't remember how Arsenal was when they was winning. They just know this Arsenal, so they set their standards low. But at the same time, it's not the younger generation's fault. It's you lot's fault, because you lot saw what Arsenal done in 04, and you lot let it continue from 04 up until now. Where was the outrage 10 to 12 years ago? Don't start being outraged now. It should have been done a long time ago. So you lot should take a look in the mirror while all this was going on, and Wenger was getting in a little pass through, and no one put any pressure on him and everything. It's the older generation's fault. The new generation was probably what 8 at that time. What the new generation was gonna make their voice be heard? No, you lot that let the club down.
I don't know. I'm sure they knew that they were, winning before, but
They
it's
knew,
just
but what happened when
they're
we
just
weren't
clinging
winning?
on to that old status, that the history that they had before, and now it's just
And that's what drives me mad because you can't start giving it all the big and asking for people to force people out. At the end of the day, it's been years of neglect, and now you want it to be solved overnight. Why did you not make your voice heard 10 to 12 years ago?
You're right.
Why did you
Wow.
not?
Yeah, I would love to see. I would love to see you guys go toe to toe in the debate because I feel like you wouldn't get rattled. You'd just be able to compose yourself. You know me, I lose my head. You'll just say
I
some
wouldn't
stupid
get
shit.
rattled. I wouldn't get rattled. And that alone will trigger him because he would know why was he not. He goes on and say, "Oh, you Arsenal fans can't talk to me because I've been supporting Arsenal for this, that much, many years."
yeah. I see what you mean. The new generation don't know much about it, so of course, yeah. Mm.
Kesh, you got someone commenting directly to you. Asman is saying, I wanted Wenger out since 2006. I might have been one of those who intended what? Wenger. What does that mean? Team talks and fan forums, but for generations. But I predicted all this back in the den.
Well,
So
for
he
me,
supported
for me,
Wenger, but at the same
for
time, he
me,
predicted this.
for me, I supported Wenger. I'll say up until 2010, because for me, I felt Arsenal was actually a good on the pitch. Apart from our defensive worries, was actually very good on the pitch up until
2012 was
2000,
when I stopped.
up until 2008, which was probably our last year we actually made a go of the title. And it was like for the following 2 years afterwards, I thought this ain't going anywhere. Like we're letting players go. How do you see the light at the end of the tunnel if you're going to be selling your players like that? And then that's where I called it a day and I said I can't do this. I literally my last league game at that point was I think we played West Brom or something like that a couple of years afterwards, and then that's when I stopped even buying tickets and things like that. I said I'm not doing it anymore. Why am I spending money to go and watch a team who's got no ambition of matching my ambition? Because I'm spending paying for one of the most expensive tickets in Europe, well, the number one actually, and you're not showing me anything for that money. But while dickheads like Lee Gunner and that was still paying, but I'm the younger generation who ended up saying I'm not going anymore, stop spending my money. But they were still spending their money to go. How do you blame us? You can't have a look at have a hard look at yourself. You made this continue. And now you want to be outraged and you want to have your little followers trying to shout out, get managers out as if Arteta is single-handedly going to change his club around without actual backing. And I had a conversation with someone who I speak to on Twitter, and they were saying Arteta was back. And I said, how do you say Arteta was back when before the end of the season, even before Arteta even came into this club, a lot of fans was already naming what position we needed to strengthen, and we did not strengthen it. How do you expect a manager to single-handedly go and change his club around with players who are just not good enough? I understand that he's going to make mistakes. I'm not looking at this appointment and saying it's going to be changed over the next 2 years, 3 years. I think we've got a long way to go. And he's learning on the job. And a lot of fans are saying we're a big club, so we shouldn't have a manager that's learning on the job. We're a big club by history, but as of now, we are not a big club because we're not acting as a big club on the pitch or off the pitch. So please make it make sense for me how you expect a club to be good on the pitch if it's not being run good off the pitch.
Honestly,
it doesn't make any sense. It makes no sense whatsoever.
Yeah, Ari, you're neutral. What do you think?
What's the question again?
How do you expect Arsenal to get back when our back room and our footballing on the pitch is terrible?
Look, man. To be honest, look, if you're not getting the backing from the board, and I think that Arteta tried his best. You know, when he came in and he wanted to make all the changes, but he wanted the players that he wanted, but he couldn't get them. And if you can't get the players, what can you do on the pitch? You know, if you want to be an elite club,
I am
you should,
26.
huh?
No, someone just asked how old I am.
Yeah. If you don't get the backing from the club, I don't know what the manager can do, because he can do what's best, and what's in front of him. And it's sad because I believe Arsenal to be a top club, I've seen them that way. And it's really sad because I just don't see that ambitious nature in them to come back in the top again. It's weird, It's just weird for me to see that.
Boss, it's not about lowering our standards. It's about actually accepting reality. Like, as of now, we cannot make our club elevate on our own. We can't. But listen, we can get a manager today. We can get him out whenever we want. We can get a manager the following day after he's gone. We can still get him out if we want. Because at the end of the day, they're gonna give in to whatever the fans are saying, but they won't give in to when we're saying we want improvement. They'll give in to a manager sacking. But is that going to change anything? That's not going to change anything.
That's not going to change anything at all. No, I agree with you.
I knew we needed to be back. And I thought, after a manager's won you an FA Cup, surely that must inspire you to go and back him. But it didn't inspire them to go and back him.
That's the sad part, I don't know what they do behind. Do they lie, or like, I don't get it, I don't get why managers take the jobs as well, It's just so weird.
But it's
like, if you don't want to be...
That's human instinct, though. That's what it is.
Yeah.
Instinct kicking in. You tell yourself you can go and work wonders, but when you get there and you finally have to go and work the wonders, then you realize, right, I can't actually do it.
Yeah.
You can't do it.
Yeah,
you can't turn what's it called?
But imagine if you're promised the backing, but you don't get it. Then what?
I feel like that's what happened. I feel like that's what happened.
I feel like that's what happened.
You promised the backing, and Arteta's like, okay, you know what? I'm here. You've seen his Arsenal press that Arsenal videos they keep bringing up before, like how he's so ready to go in for this new challenge, and all that stuff. Yeah.
Let me say one thing though quickly. Arteta, I feel like he was promised money this window, but they told him we have to wait until we get rid of Ozil and this guy and this guy and this guy, and then next window they're gonna say to him, "Oh, now that we've gotten rid of them, you can take the money." But will it be spent correctly? If Arteta says, "I want to blow all the money on one guy," will they let him do that?
Boy.
If he said, "I want to blow the bank on one player," and that one player, for example, say he wants to spend all his money on Camavinga, would the Arsenal board allow him to spend 120 million on Camavinga?
And I wouldn't blame them for
what's good, Winter Surfer?
I wouldn't blame them for rejecting that because.
All right, guys.
You're right. Yeah.
You support Chelsea, right?
Hello there.
Yeah. I just thought it's a fascinating conversation because.
Let me ask you this: as a Chelsea fan, they throw money at the problem.
Yeah.
Do you think that's the only solution?
I think in nowadays it is, because if you say you fall out of the top four and you don't address it right away dramatically, then
I agree.
You could become stale and go out of it.
And
right now it's all about the money. You got to spend.
If you don't address it right away, it ends up costing you more the longer it goes on. And I don't think it doesn't take a genius to actually acknowledge that and realize that's what's going to happen.
Yeah. Look at City. Like no center backs, like we spent so many on center backs. Diaz, right there. Let's go. We were gonna sign Messi. Okay, that didn't work out, but still, we got Ferran Torres, and we got Ake. We solved the defensive issues, and now look at these previous games were so much more solid. You know, after the Champions League game, it's just so different. You just got to address it right away. That's
It's a
how it is.
different day and age. It's a different day and age. It's not like it's just one team where it was Arsenal and Man United competing where you could get away with that.
Yeah.
You can't get away with that in this day and age because there's other teams, other competitors trying to elevate themselves. And when they elevate themselves and you refuse to do so, you end up dropping another level while they go up.
Yeah, plus you can't plan long term anymore. It's all got to be short termism. It's got to be like 3 years maximum. I know Klopp and Guardiola are a bit of an exception at the moment, but you can't do it. It's because it's billions of pounds at stake for these clubs. They can't afford it, so they pull the trigger and then they begin all over again. So they can't afford to do it. You know,
it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. And the reason why I've accepted Arteta, I knew there's going to be shortcomings. I think if you go and check my Twitter, you'll see a tweet before the season even kicked off. I said there's going to be ups and downs, and there's going to be blips this season because he's learning on the job. But I've accepted all the shortcomings that's going to come this season because I know this is a long-term thinking.
Yeah.
And if you bring in a guy like Ancelotti, for instance, that many fans say they want, what you think him just getting Partey was going to solve anything this season? And if that was the case, and that happened, I can guarantee you, Ancelotti will say, you know what, I'm not doing this. I'm walking out.
Yeah. Yep. He'd want guarantees in writing. That's what he'd want. You know what I mean?
I don't understand what these fans I don't get it. It scrambles my brain. But I see fans calling out for it, it scrambles my brain.
It's every fan base at the moment. Maybe apart from Liverpool, maybe Man City as well. It's every fan base. Look at my club, right? No one last season. No Chelsea fan. I would call them a liar. No one would say that we were going to finish in the top 4, right? So Frank's overachieved, and now they're having to go at him because they've given him 8 players and £250 million. Well, it's going to take time to get them all together. It's all about now. They're just impatient.
And going on what you've said, like, out of all the managers that deserve pressure on them, is Oli. At the end of the day, Lampard and Arteta are still learning. Oli's been a senior pro in management for how many years? So you can't be getting at Arteta and Lampard. You just can't.
It's all short. It's short term. It's short termism for the fans. It's most of the fans as well. It's all now.
No, but you know what it is. You know what it is. It's a mob mentality. If you get enough people behind your ideology, you now have something to root for besides what's going on the pitch. And nowadays, what's going on off the pitch is as influential to the fans and as engaging to them, stimulates their mental enjoyment as much as what's going on the pitch. So that's why you'll see certain people go on and on about fans as much as they go on about the performance. For example, you'll have guys like I don't even want to name their names. Certain guys will be mentioning constantly the fans are not. This is why we're not good enough. Is because of the fans. We lost today because of the fans. We're shit because of Arteta. We're shit because of this.
It's only the board. There's nothing else.
Yeah,
it's just up top. It's up there.
People up top, and you know what? They've changed a lot of them. So I have a lot of hope for them. But when I see stuff like what I seen today, Mustafi or the other day, when I seen Mustafi getting offered a new contract, in what world does that make sense?
Oh my god, Mustafi new contract.
He rejected it. Not even the club. He rejected it.
I think it's self-preservation. So we want to make money. Look what we send.
We couldn't get rid of him on a free, mate.
Yeah, but at Chelsea, we send loads of players on loan. We make them sign contracts as well. So like Batshuayi was down to a year this year, but we made him sign a new 1-year deal.
So Rudiger as well. They said they're not letting him go unless he signs, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. That's right. We said we're not letting you go, and then we charged. There's another thing. And then we charge like extortionate loan fees. I mean, I think Villa played something like, was it 12 million for Barkley on loan or something like that? Just for a loan. So with no option to buy, but it's stuff like that. It's all about the coins. It's all about the money. You know, it's all about
it's all about the money right now. Yeah.
Yeah, they can't let them go. So
You know what?
They'll go
I'll say something about this comment.
2-year deal.
Yeah.
And then
I'll say something about this comment. A lot of people might agree with this. I don't agree with this. I think he does care about Arsenal.
Yeah, he
but
does.
he
does.
But a lot of the stuff he says might be for views.
Well, you know what his famous saying is? He'd rather have no Arsenal fans as his subscribers or viewers and speak to other football fans. He doesn't like speaking to hardly any.
Yeah, that's why he shakes his ass for rivals, makes fun of the club, so rivals can come on his channel and laugh.
He says it, but he says it openly, doesn't he? He doesn't like hide it. He goes, "I'd rather speak to opposition fans."
No, he's a guy that's never had friends in sport, bro. Trying to make as much as he can on the social media.
He's tapped into something, though. You've got to give him that.
Yeah, no, as I said, he's smart. He's a smart lad.
He's tapped into it.
Very
It's a
smart
market,
lad.
isn't it? It's a market, you know. You've got to tap into it. It's why, you know.
Oh yeah, and he keeps talking about people talking about Kroenke. You need to. He's telling people to shut up about Kroenke.
Yeah.
Oh, Egal, by the way, I saw a video with him, right? Was it in Football Terrace, right?
Yeah.
Dude, that pissed me off. He's such a bully to you, though. Whoa.
I made sure people knew that he was not talking about me, but he made it seem like he was talking about me because the way he was talking, it was fans like you, fans like fans.
He's a fool, yeah. Because when you're
He was getting everyone else to turn on you, though.
When you're gonna say it's not the
What you have to realize is these guys are my mates. I know most of them.
How can it not be the Kroenke's fault? Me as a person, I've got a business. I've got 2 people below me running the club while I'm not there overseeing it. Yeah, there's poor decisions being constantly made every year. It's my company. I need to address it because it's losing me money. It's depreciating the value of my asset.
Yep.
So it's your fault. It's now left for you to sort it out. That's why.
Yeah, because it's not. Because it's not like shareholders and everything. He owns it solely, so it's all his.
Exactly.
Yeah. It's like ours.
And then also when you've got Usmanov on the thing and you're forcing him, they forced him to stay on the outside.
Yeah.
We had a billionaire there that was willing to spend money.
Yeah.
And
you let him go to Everton.
Why did he not want to do that? Because he's got his own ideas for where this club wants to go, and it's just a scheme for him. He must make money off it. That's his whole plan. And you have to look back at what David Deeney and guys like that done. They're the one that brought this poison to our club, and now we're stuck with it.
Yep. Yeah, because,
I feel helpless because there's nothing we can do. You can't get him out.
Can't get him out. You can't get him out. Unless someone pays over the odds.
That's the only way he's gonna sell.
Yeah,
that's the only way he's gonna sell.
I mean, how much did he buy it for?
I'd have to look back into that.
Was it a couple of? Well, no. He bought it. He didn't buy it. He bought it like over time, didn't he?
Yeah, over time.
He paid more money. He paid more money to consolidate the rest of of Arsenal than he did for his original share that he bought.
Yeah. You got it very cheap.
Yeah, because he bought like he owned like 60%, and Usmanov owned the other 30%.
The weirdest thing about it is, I remember when they both came into the club, and I didn't. Obviously, I was young at this time. I knew about Usmanov coming in, and I was very excited. You know, when you're a kid and you see the dollar signs.
Yeah.
And then I read again that it's not him solely taking over the club. It's 2 billionaires taking over the club. I was like, all right, where does this go from here then? And then over the years, you saw it develop, and you saw what's going on. You see that they're saying they don't want him on the board. They don't want. For me, at that time when I was younger, I thought, is it a bit of a racism thing? Because these are all like Caucasian males against a Russian person who's not exactly off their same skin tone. He's a colored man. And I just couldn't understand the reason for not wanting him on the board.
But yeah, it must have been exciting though, because I had that when Roman took over.
I was
Like
excited.
that first summer, one day I think we signed like 4 players.
Mm-hmm.
Or something. It was like an hour. We signed Veron and then and Joe Cole on the same day.
Yeah,
And I was
remember.
like, what? What the hell?
I was very excited. Very excited.
Yeah, you must.
Yeah,
Yeah,
bro.
because
If you guys remember, the year we went invincible, Chelsea were supposed to win that year, based on how many signings they made.
Right.
That year, Chelsea. I think that was the year I remember the most, where I seen like Chelsea go mad in the window.
And then that's when they went and got Jose.
When did Roman take over Chelsea?
2003.
Okay.
But that
The
was
next year,
the
2004, they went mad. I remember 60 million, 70 million.
That ironic season, we had Ranieri in charge, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he absolutely effed up the semi-final against Monaco. If he had not done anything, that would have changed Chelsea history forever, because we wouldn't have got. I think we would have won the European Cup that year, because it was only Monaco in the thing. Oh, sorry, Porto. I don't know if we were in Porto, but we might be in Porto, and you wouldn't have seen Jose Mourinho in the Premier League.
Yeah.
Well, at least not for a couple of years.
Yeah.
But that was mad that summer, and then second summer as well. That was mad as well.
Mm.
You know, Drogba coming in.
Yo, Michael, if you want to come on. The link is in the comments. But yeah,
But you can't get them out. You're absolutely right, Kish. You can't get them out.
Can't get them out. And I feel like that's something the FA needs to look into for previous buyers of clubs, because it's not fair on people that's got no knowledge of football. I've never lived a life in the English game, come in and then ruin local people's clubs. It's not right. It shouldn't even be possible.
That's all political as well, though. The way they do it. Look at that Newcastle thing.
Newcastle.
Yeah, look at it. Why they now suddenly got against someone owning it? They got City owning. They got the City owners.
No. We know why that was. We know why that was. And I'll tell you, I actually looked into this deeply. The reason is because the Premier League are probably, out of all the leagues in the world, the Premier League take the whole situation with copyright the most serious out of every league in the world.
Yeah, the being sport thing.
They take the most. They protect their property the most. Why do you think YouTubers are being affected heavily by putting out content about football? You're actually being negatively affected now, because they are actually blocking you from right after a match putting out the score and putting out pictures and stuff, because anything that looks similar to a match, like highlights, YouTube's going to restrict it right away. I've actually gotten stuff. My Facebook account's blocked right now because I did a watch along that looked like it was a live stream.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
The
Premier League is the most protected property. For example, let me show you this. The UFC, they don't protect it at all. But the Premier League, they will go to bars, your local bar that has a Turkish box, and they'll come in there and they'll find them.
Yeah.
And they'll try to shut down their business.
That's how I used to watch the football before I went to the games. I used to go around pub around the corner with mates and listen to Russian commentary. You know, well, they turned it down. That was what we used to do in those days.
Mate, all I'm saying, if we're a serious club, we should be going to Salzburg right now and saying, let's sort this deal out for January. 1st of January, Szoboszlai should be coming into this club. That's what a serious club are going to do. They won't wait until January to do it. They'll do it now.
What a serious club would do? A serious club would do that deal, but also tell the player, like, yo, you know how some people say, yo, don't play? And just like, stay fit?
You don't want him to not be playing and then coming into our season. He needs to have games in his legs. Like, just need to just tell them, listen, we need it. We're going to give you the 25 mil release clause. That's it.
That's it? That's how much?
Egal.
25 mil. That's his release clause.
Egal in cash. If you could sign someone in January, who would it be? Like,
open
if
checkbook.
You could, you know.
Open checkbook. Open checkbook.
Yeah. Fantasy signer.
Yeah.
Grealish. Oh, I wasn't expecting.
That's exactly the profile we need. A player who's played in the Premier
I was
League.
thinking that Grealish, like, he would be amazing for your midfield.
You know what Grealish would be?
There's no way anyone's getting that guy though, man.
You wouldn't go back in for Aouar?
No.
Yeah, I would say Aouar
I
as
had
well.
an open checkbook, and I could say, take one player and put him in our team that solves
Yeah.
a lot of our problems. It's
Yeah.
him.
Mm.
Mhm.
Not only can he play on a left wing
Yeah.
as an attacker, he can play as a midfielder. He can play all over the pitch for us. And
But
that
he's going to City next year. Just kidding.
No. He would probably stay at Aston Villa until someone pays 100 million or something for him.
Well, you know,
He could
now through the prime.
be the David Silva replacement for City.
That's
Yeah,
Foden,
he's
though.
amazing, man. Such a good player.
He sold his
Foden.
soul, man. But that's his
No, we
local
got
club
Foden
anyway.
though. Foden is just unreal.
That's his local club anyway, so he's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, Foden's not going nowhere. Foden is what, your top goal scorer right now,
Mm.
and
That's it.
in the Premier League
Yeah.
with 2 goals, and he's just a beast. He's just a
Oh, he's
beast.
just so ice. He assisted 1 goal. No, he didn't assist, but he was like, oh, he's such a player. He has
He's
this
a great player.
aggression.
He's a great
Just
player.
like, yeah.
He's a great
Oh
player.
yeah,
I love him.
listen to this. The xenophobia board pushed the agenda to force Usmanov out. Now he's at Everton, and the business they're looking like they've done with Ancelotti, James Rodriguez, Allen, Ben Godfrey.
That's how you build for a project. That's how you go and do it. No one's
And they
saying
spent
no one's
60
saying
million.
no one was saying you have to go and buy 11 players because we know that's not possible. But if you look at our weak areas, which was centre back, centre mid, which is still weak now despite Partey's there because look who you got next to him. We needed 2 midfielders. We needed ideally Cedric should never have been signed. Ideally Bellerin should have been going out, and you get someone who's worthy of playing in this Arsenal shirt at right back. We didn't do that. And we would have looked great. We should have had to sell Martinelli either. Martinelli and Leonard should have been competing.
Yeah, that. I'll tell you, I think Martinez is the best signing of the summer.
He's a great signing
Yeah.
for them. Great signing for them.
The best signing of the summer. He's gonna, I predict Villa will drop off, but I predict he's gonna keep them comfortably in the league.
Yeah, comfortably.
He's gonna keep. That's the difference he's gonna make.
Yeah, and that's what they needed. That's what they
16
needed.
million. 16 million. That's
Bargain.
a joke, man. That is a joke.
Bargain.
You know what I think? The signing.
Who was negotiating for Arsenal on that? 16 million pounds.
You know the worst thing about it is
That's a joke.
Bournemouth got more money from Southampton for Aaron Ramsdale.
Oh, you're right. They did. Was it 20? Was it 22 million or 24 million?
Something like that.
That's a joke. And Ramsdale's crap.
It's ridiculous. Man.
He is crap. Honestly. No, well, okay. He's not as good as Martin is.
But that's rich coming from you as a Chelsea fan with Kepa.
Yeah, but I was blessed for 18 years with goalkeepers. Kudicini, Cech, and Courtois. And then this
Courtois was a man possessed coming from Atletico, winning the league in Spain.
That's why he's good, because he's toughened up at Atletico Madrid. That's why he toughened him up.
You know what we don't do as a club? We don't loan out our players the way you guys do. Yeah. We have recently started loaning out our players better.
For years we didn't do that under Wenger. For years.
You know what it was? Leave the kids in the academy. They'll grow better here under our stewardship, but they'll never get game time.
Never gonna get game time. Football doesn't work like that. You need to play men's sport. Like it's different. Like it's a know-how. It's a know-how. You know, like you play it and then you know what you can do in certain situations. When you play under 23s football, it's just playground football for you.
Yeah, it's just like that's basically like a reserve team. You know, they
you want to know something? I looked at Houssem Arouar's stats. He's played 6 games and has 3 goal contributions. Our whole midfield this season does not have 3 goal contributions.
It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous, man.
Grealish in 1 game has 5 goal contributions against Liverpool.
Well, that's the problem because your midfield is sort of like industrious, like the Liverpool midfield.
No, it's worse. You know what it is?
I'm not saying no.
No, I know what you're saying. I know what you're
saying. You know what I'm saying though. It's
no,
like,
but we're not industrial.
No, but what I'm saying is you're not going to get. You're not.
It's not by design though. It's not by design.
If you play 3 in midfield,
you're not going to get nothing.
You need one of your midfielders just in the league to score at least 10 goals a season. like we had with Lampard.
Yeah.
We had Lampard, and we just put 2 destroyers behind him, right? And he scored. Well, he was extraordinary.
Oh, but
Yeah.
you
But
had
you need
Makelele and
that type of
Essien.
midfielder.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Makelele and Essien.
But even
Essien.
after Makelele, they
Essien,
were still doing it.
if
You had
Essien,
Essien in there, you had Ballack and Lampard.
But if Essien, I'll tell you what, if Essien hadn't had those injuries, he'd be talked about now as one of the greatest midfielders of all time.
Definitely.
Of all time.
Didn't you guys
So
have?
should we talk about KDB then?
Huh?
Should we talk about KDB then?
Yeah, KDB was.
We'll do that on another show. I want to keep this.
I like KDB. We should have put a buyback clause on him.
What you say, you go?
I want to keep this on Arsenal. We'll talk about.
Of course.
We'll talk about everything. We'll talk about everything on another day.
No,
David.
Back to your midfield, man. You're not going to get a load of goals in that midfield.
David's commenting about Aouar, yeah? Cool.
Yeah.
Yes, we wanted Pepe. Pepe looked good.
Yeah.
Because he was scoring lots of goals.
Yeah, he was.
Look at Aouar. He passes the eye test. That's the difference.
Yeah.
That's the difference. You can see that he's a gifted footballer.
Look at that Champions League run.
He's a gifted footballer. You don't look at Lacazette and think he's gifted. You look at him and say he's technically good, but I wouldn't say he's gifted.
I think Lacazette was more about a reputation, weren't it?
Reputation, yeah.
You know what I mean? I didn't really.
Yeah.
I knew of Lacazette, but I didn't really like. He was always.
You don't look at him and think.
Yeah, but he was
generational talent or something. You don't look at him.
Yo, Houssem at Aston Villa. I didn't know that.
What?
The former Arsenal negotiating chief is now.
No, it's Osfami saying chief.
Oh.
Negotiator.
Oh, right. Okay.
He sold them to Aston Villa. And now Villa are going to sell Martinez for 40-50 million. And we're not going to have none of that.
He ain't going for that.
Bro, his value's already gone up.
Yeah, but they're not going to sell him. Like, what is he, 28 now? You're not going to get
26. He's 26.
He's 27.
27, yeah.
He's not even in his prime as a goalkeeper.
No, he's not in his prime yet, but if you look at all the big clubs around Europe that can spend that sort of money,
we sold Szczesny for 10 and we bought Leno for 20.
Yeah, but
that guy's rebuilt his reputation.
Yeah, he's rebuilt his reputation. At that time as well,
he was getting
money. The money was only just starting to go up as well.
Wait, can we just talk about Pepe, right? Can we talk about Pepe for a second?
Yeah.
Pepe.
Yeah.
What does he bring to the team? Like, honestly, he's been piss poor this whole time.
For me, Pepe, he's not a creative player. The best you can get out of Pepe is turning him into a goal scorer. But in order for him to be a goal scorer, he can't be on the ball as much as he is on the ball.
I don't know. Does he have balance issues or something?
Yeah, that is definitely.
He's got to be given like a free run. He's got to be given like I'm not comparing him, but he's got to be just told, just go out there and score. You know, like a Salah.
Yeah.
Or Mane. Just go out there and score. Don't worry about setting someone up. Just do it.
I get that. But you know what the thing is with him though? I don't think he takes instructions.
No.
He always wants to be on the ball. And sometimes you have to look at a player for what they are, innit? And you have to just acknowledge he's not what the scouting.
He's not what's advertised.
Yeah, he's just not that player. He's not that player at all. Like even when the games I watched of Pepe at Lille, it was mostly him hanging off the shoulder of the defender. That's how he got his goals. But obviously, as a fan, and you're watching a player like that, you think, all right, give him the benefit of the doubt. Maybe he can come and actually show that he's more than what he's.
Can I show you one thing though? He scored 22 goals. 10 of those goals were penalties.
Penalties, yeah.
But he did get 11 assists. So he is a creator. He does offer us something.
No, because
I'm not saying he's not. I'm not saying he's a creative attacker, but he does have a lot of end product.
I don't think
we haven't seen that at Arsenal.
I know the 72 million, man. 72.
For the money that you pay for him, he's not that player. He's a bit part player at best. Pepe is a bit part player at best.
You know, they gave us the Gabriel discount.
Yeah, imagine if you could spend that 60 on Aouar, you know? Wow. I don't know.
They gave us a discount on Pepe now because of that whole on Gabriel because of that whole Pepe situation. Let's be honest.
That's actual Gabriel's value, though. That is actual Gabriel's value.
Yo, Ballo's in the house. Yo, Ballo, what's good?
Yo, what's good, everyone?
Chilling.
Hello.
You're a United fan. Be honest. You're probably loving the Arsenal turmoil going into that next game.
See, no. The thing about it is like I'm confident, but there's only one thing. United, it's like sometimes we just don't turn up, and
I agree with you, Balo. I think it's going to be a 2-1 Arsenal win. 2 goals for Aubameyang.
No. I don't think
Murphy
Arsenal will win.
left.
They have not even as like at our lowest point, like 3 years ago, they couldn't even beat us at Old Trafford. I don't think they'll win, but I think the best you guys get is a tie. But
Yeah, I think it'll be a draw too.
if we turn up, we're gonna beat y'all. But one bad thing is Martial's not playing. One thing is Martial.
You lot are at home, yeah, and you lot do not perform well. You lot do not perform well when you have to go on attack. That's why I'm saying.
No. We do bad against low blocks. Like we do bad.
Exactly. So Arsenal is gonna be coming to set up in a low block.
No, the thing about it is,
Oli sets up for counter-attacking football, so he's gonna.
How I will assess it is tomorrow playing against Leipzig, right?
Yeah.
Leipzig, they played 3 at the back, and you guys played 3 at the back. So if I want to see how we play against Leipzig tomorrow.
No. That's not a comparison. Leipzig play 3 at the back, but they do not set up to defend.
Yeah.
They don't play low block football. Just because you play as a 3 at the back, don't mean you're playing low block football.
That's a 3-4-3. That's a flying wing back system. That's what
they don't play low block.
Yeah.
I don't know what my guy GK is thinking, but Aouar is clearly a creative player.
Really? Have you watched Aouar? Have you watched him?
But did you watch him against Man City?
I don't think they've watched Aouar. What are you talking about? Not a creative player.
That's the reason.
He's amazing.
Man City.
Oh, Ori, you watched him against you guys in the
Yeah.
He played that defense splitting ball twice.
Yeah. You know, we were always thinking him as our Gundogan replacement, you know? I'll be honest with you. And Gundogan is amazing.
You're a City fan?
Yeah.
Gundogan is nowhere near the level of Aouar.
Nah, he's more of a
no.
replacement. He's more of a silver.
No. But at the comment, he said, "You guys should go for Lamptey. You guys should really go for Lamptey."
Yeah, we should. We definitely should.
Sorry, guys, we got first refusal on Lamptey.
Yeah, but you're not gonna go on side of the.
We're gonna side him and load him out just to spite you.
No,
what, Lamptey? I remember
get a £15 million loan fee for it.
Listen, when he came up for you lot against us,
yeah,
I knew from then he was a player.
Yeah, but I understand why he left because
I understand.
And Reece James,
and he went to the perfect system, right?
Yeah,
I think he has potential. No, I think he has potential to be better than Reece James, in my opinion.
Yo, call me crazy, but Ainsley Maitland-Niles, if he was at Wolves or Leicester right now, he'd be worth 50 to 45 mil easy. Yep. But at Arsenal, we can't even get 25 million for him.
I know that name came up, but my God, you guys need some better negotiators.
Barcelona offered us. What was it? 18 million. We turned it down, obviously.
Yeah.
But he was really begging us to leave to Barcelona.
Who, Ainsley?
Yeah.
I don't think he'll play Barcelona though. I don't know.
They picked up Serginho Dest.
Barca's not the same Barca as what it was before.
Yeah. You're talking about
a lot of players going to Barca right now.
They want him to be the right back.
Yeah, they wanted him as their right back.
Yeah.
Is he good defensively?
Yeah, he's really good
defensively. Then he is going forward. Let's just say that.
He's better as a wing back though, right? He's better.
I would say he's better attacking than a Wan-Bissaka, but he's not. But he's not as bad as defending as a Trent.
If we had Victor Moses as a wing back who played well, so Maitland-Niles is better than him defensively. Yeah. So,
but listen.
Wait, Egal. What makes you say that Maitland-Niles is a £40 million player?
He's not saying that. He's not saying.
No, I'm saying if he was at Leicester,
if
he was at Leicester or Wolves, he would be a £40 million.
No, Leicester don't play 3 at the back though.
If you even look at he's just saying
hypothetically, like right now, if they tried to sell James Justin, He's the hot name on the market at Leicester. If
Just
they
look at
try to
Max
sell him,
Aaron. Norwich
How
was
much-
saying if he's gonna leave, they want 35 mil.
Who?
Yeah.
Like, look, Max Aaron.
Norwich, yeah.
That's what I mean. Yeah.
You know what I
Norwich
think?
wouldn't sell. Norwich refused Barcelona to buy him too.
Mate, look at the Brighton centre back. When I was at Leeds.
Yeah. Was it
They
Ben
said, listen,
Ben
he's
White.
not leaving for anything less than 30.
Yeah.
Ben White.
Yeah.
Ben White.
These clubs demand money.
Well,
We're
look
the
at-
only club that
yeah,
don't
look at-
demand
look-
money.
Look
You know
at
what
Norwich.
Arsenal does? You know what Arsenal
Norwich
does?
with
They
their
turn
left
over
back,
and they say,
Liverpool.
"Give it to me."
Yeah, literally.
Lucas Torreira is so smart, bro. Man went to a Champions League team. He was. I was surprised he left because you guys just got him.
No, but we didn't want him though. So
You know what?
you
You know,
choice.
even letting him go to Atletico Madrid, that was a weak move from us.
Weak move.
We
Very
could
weak.
have went to Atletico Madrid and told them on deadline day, if you
You're
want
not getting him.
Herrera, you have to buy him.
Yeah.
But we didn't.
Wait,
we
it was a swap
"Take him
deal?
on loan."
No, it was a loan.
We tried last minute to switch up on them and say,
What,
"Hey,
is it a loan? Was it a loan fee or was it just a loan?
loan
Just
loan fee."
There weren't no
Was it
loan
loan
fee after. There weren't no loan fee. It wasn't no loan fee from what
I
I've read.
swear there was like
I
they,
thought it
they
was a loan
covered
fee.
his
If that
full
was us, we would
wages.
have charged them
They
10
covered
million.
his full wages plus his bonus, which is his
I thought
bonus
it was a
a lot.
loan fee.
I don't care,
No, but there weren't no loan fee though.
Yeah.
There weren't no loan fee.
If that was Chelsea,
So why were they talking about? So that money they're saying is the actual value of his contract for the year.
Yeah,
Yeah.
basically they just bought his
Yeah.
contract for the year.
There's no
You know,
loan
like in
fee in
the
it.
NBA when they just switch the contracts.
Wait. Arteta doesn't like that. Like he wants people that can play at the back and stuff like that.
No,
Like,
Torreira's too weak.
It's not even just that. Torreira just since he's been there, he's just been talking about his own sick and all that.
Yeah,
Like,
he doesn't want to be.
That was a guy on reputation, man. That was a guy.
Yo,
on
call me
reputation.
crazy. Why not play Ainsley in the midfield next
He's
to
not
Pop?
good enough to play in the midfield.
Oh, no. That's like,
Yeah, I
playing
know.
like no,
He's
that's like
he's too what's it called? Laxy daisy when he plays these back.
I don't
Sometimes
know.
even when he plays at the back, sometimes you see him do them lazy passes.
Daydreaming, yeah, he's
I
daydreaming.
don't even know his position. That's the bad part.
No,
You
like
know what he
Ainsley,
is? He's a Swiss Army
Ainsley, see for me, yeah, Ainsley can go and play probably in midfield, but at a much lower club of expectation and a different sort of style. With Ainsley now, if he was to play in midfield with Arsenal team, we'll get counter attacked so many times. The ball will get cut out.
Yeah.
He just doesn't look off his passes at times.
But listen,
Yo,
listen. Are you guys really sure you guys want
One
Champions League?
second. Guys, I see a lot of new faces. If you guys haven't already subscribed, do me a favor, subscribe. Lara, Jens, all you guys, Boss, I already know you guys are subscribed. What do you call it? GK, everybody, just do me a favor, hit that subscribe button. It doesn't hurt.
So
I don't know.
I'll
Arsenal is such a weird team, you know. I think they're gonna beat United. I don't
no,
know why.
They're not.
We're
Calm
inconsistent. That's what
Calm
it
down,
is.
calm
We're
down, calm down.
inconsistent.
This is what happens every time. They come to Old Trafford. They're like, "Oh, we're gonna beat United, this, that," and then they lose every time or draw.
He didn't lose last year.
Yeah, but
We didn't lose the
Yeah, I
last
think we
2
beat you
years,
guys.
didn't we?
No, I said you guys drew.
The last time we lost was with when Fellaini scored.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
we had a
listen,
match.
I want the so Arsenal fans. Do you guys really think you guys can play Champions League football next year with that team?
No, but if you're in Champions League, you end up spending. That's the difference. It's about getting there. It's not about when you get there. When you spend
Okay.
more.
Let's say you get Champions League. Who are you guys gonna get?
That's
If
down
we
to
get Champions League, that makes
the target.
that
No.
is listen. If we get Champions League football, that is actually the worst thing for rivals. You want us not to be in the Champions League because
I don't
Arsenal
care.
actually spends
I
money.
don't care who's in the
No.
Champions League.
No. The difference between Arsenal being in the Champions League and being in the Europa League is the difference between us spending between 60 to 100 million, or us spending between 100 and 170 million.
How much you guys spent last summer? You guys bought Pepe 72, right? How
Yeah,
much was it?
we spent around 100 million, 100 plus million. The
No,
year we
listen.
this year we spent another 70 million. In a COVID situation, we spent 70 million.
So what I'd say when people are like, "Oh, like as a guy," as you just said, rival fans don't want you guys in the Champions League. I don't care as long as my team's in the Champions League. I could care less who's in the Champions League.
No, I'm saying in the standpoint of if you think we're shit now, and you think, oh, we get to the Champions League, you think we're not going to spend? We're spending now when we're in the Europa League, and we're being cheap. But if we get into the Champions League, we now have the freedom to not have to worry about the 60 million.
You think Stan Kroenke's going to back Arteta?
Stan
Who's asking?
Kroenke did not.
Listen,
He tried.
no, it's not even that. It's not about Stan Kroenke doesn't back Arsenal with his own money. That's
Yeah, I
what
know
he
that.
does.
I know that.
But when you're in Champions League and you're getting the iron revenue coming in each year, that's the club's money, so you're able to spend more. But at the moment you're in Europa League, we're struggling to spend more than 60, 70 mil. The Champions League enables you to go and spend more than the 70. You can go and spend, the Champions League can go and spend 120, 140.
Evidently,
At the moment, we can't do that.
Evidently, it's between you guys and Spurs and United.
No. You got to wait to see who drops in from the Champions League. Then you can decide.
No. I'm not talking about Europa. I'm talking about I'm just talking about like right now. Like you guys have to like, because I feel like if your board was really serious, they should have just backed him out. And because if they really trust Arteta, just back him this summer, right? And then you go all out the season in the Prem. That's what I see. But I don't know.
It's a weird one, man.
To be honest, though, I think you guys can win the Europa League, though.
It's still too early.
No.
If Real Madrid drop in,
Real Madrid's not dropping.
if Leipzig drop in, because look at Leipzig's group. It's you guys and PSG. If Barcelona drop out,
I'll be more scared of a Leipzig dropping into Europa League than
You've had it. Severe drops in. They love winning that competition.
Because with Madrid, they drop into that league, that they're gonna throw their toys out the pram. Like they will look down at it. Like that's the sort of club they are, innit?
Yeah. They'll see it's a waste of time.
Yeah.
Listen, what's it called? So if United win tomorrow, we automatically go because we'll probably be the Istanbul team or something. So we'll be at 9 points.
Oh, you guys aren't beating Leipzig, man.
Yeah, I don't think so.
No.
We'd be PSG. PSG is better than them.
PSG are glorified Celtic.
PSG is not better than Leipzig.
Yeah, but they had all their midfield missing, right? And it was just all about like passing it to Neymar and Mbappe and.
I'm not saying. No. I know Leipzig as a team, they're better. I know as a team they're better. But individuals.
Yeah. What I'm about to say is probably the most silliest thing, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter who has a better team. It's all about who has consistent performance at the end of the season.
That's true.
Yeah.
No.
So Arsenal team might be worse than Chelsea, might be worse than all your teams. But if we can have a run of games at the end of the season, maybe 7 or 6 games, unbeaten run, that confidence can get us and push us right into Champions League the same way it pushed Man United in. So our team
wasn't that like our team.
No. This team might lose to Leicester. We could lose to Manchester United tomorrow. We could be down near the relegation. But at the end of the season, if we get top 4, no one will give a shit about anything that happened at this point.
Yeah, but
I don't know about you guys.
Yep.
I'm getting 15-16 season vibes. You know when Leicester won it. I'm getting that.
I don't think Everton could win it.
And everyone's crap.
Gal, you're such a balanced individual.
He's not picking a team. He's just saying
You're being sarcastic, right?
You know what I mean?
Bro, I swear, man, we always get the hardest league, Manchester United. Like, look at City's group. Like, look at Liverpool's group. Like, this is so stupid. They had to play PSG, Leipzig, and Istanbul.
Okay, that's rich coming from. Look at your Europa League group.
That for many years, bro.
Oh, come on,
man. Look at your Europa League groups.
Look
at how lucky you guys were that run when you guys got Ajax.
Yeah, man.
I could care less about Europa League.
Europa League's easy.
No one cares about Europa League.
We didn't lose a game last time.
Not until you're in it.
It's crap.
Not until you're in it, though.
We should have won. We should have won the finals, bro. If our defenders,
Man City, when they were in the Europa League, they won it. They were happy.
I mean, I'm cool with a Europa League title. I can come out.
Man City won the Europa League, right?
No.
No.
They didn't win the final?
No.
What was that?
No.
That was
Man
Man
U. I don't
U.
think they've won a European trophy. Ever?
Back in the day, I think, yeah.
Well, man.
Yeah, but nothing recent.
Didn't Man City go to the Europa League final?
No.
No.
They've always been in the
No,
Champions
I
League,
don't
bro.
remember that.
Always been in
It was
Champions League.
Man U.
It's about the money.
Since the money's come in, they've always got past the group stages. So
Yeah.
they've always got past the
Where the
group
hell is my
stages.
mind gone?
What are we talk about? Was it
Even-
not Fulham that got like a semi-final or something like that?
Ah, no.
Well,
Yo,
United won it in 17. That's
Well,
maybe
United won it in Jose's year, innit?
Yeah.
Listen,
It's first
if
thing, yeah.
Chelsea don't win tomorrow, you should be scared. That's Krasnodar. You should win. Right. You guys should win that.
Hang on a minute. Hang on. You say that. Look at Bayern's result tonight.
Who?
Yeah.
Bayern?
Gone to Russia.
Yeah.
Only just won 2-1.
Yeah.
Only just won 2-1.
Yeah, they still
Oh,
won though.
that's a bad example. You should have went Real Madrid.
No, but they played Mönchengladbach. That's the tough.
Mönchengladbach are not bad. They're not.
Yeah,
No.
that's what I mean. But who did Bayern play? I can't even remember who they played.
They played
Yeah.
Lokomotiv Moscow. They're always in the Champions League, bro.
That's fine, but they still
Yo,
went up
guys,
to Russia.
I got to work at 8:30. I'm starting to get tired.
Yeah.
But thanks for coming on. And I honestly, I've been going for 2 hours. I think one of those hours was by myself. I appreciate it. And you know what? Everyone watching, big up to you guys. Thanks for watching. And if you haven't already subscribed, go subscribe and do that thing. And before we head out, I just gotta leave you guys with one thing, right? Monsters thing might be pray for the rivals, but my thing is pray for Arsenal, guys. So pray for Arsenal. Okay. So
Nice to meet you
what's
guys.
going on, everybody? I need you guys to
Nice
go
to
check
meet
out
you.
my channel and subscribe if you're new. And don't forget to subscribe, hit that button, and hit that notification bell while you're